example 3 and example 4, put a 4 next to that because in future note packets, I'll make sure to identify what examples are examples of 4 type problems, just so that when you're studying, you kind of know how to keep them apart. So for example 3, this would be an example, because part of the 4 type application would be that you can solve using the factor or the remainder theorem, which is what we were just using on the whiteboard, but also when you're not given an x-intercept to start with. Okay, so if you don't have that written yet, you also need a graphing calculator for this. You cannot factor by grouping here, so that's why I gave you the directions to use the factor theorem. We are going to use the tool at our disposal, which is our graphing calculator, and in y equals, and I want everybody to do this. So I'm going to grab a calculator, put the function into y equals. Oh, thanks, Chili. If you don't have these other notes down, you are welcome to come in at lunchtime for 15 minutes and watch it on my screen. It's just this equation. Okay, so you're putting that equation into y equals. Okay, once you have it, throw that in the calculator. Okay, we need a good picture of it. Now, if you're not sure where to start with getting a good picture or a good window, start with just a standard window, which if you go to zoom, you see where the zoom button is? Middle. And then go to zoom standard, which I'll show you here in a second. So you go to zoom standard. That basically sets your window to the -10, 10. Like, just gives you somewhere to start. We okay?
Where do you go from here?
Go to zoom and then go to zoom and then go down to zoom standard.
Enter.
If you're having calculator issues, please raise your hand so I can come help you. Don't just be frustrated and not do anything. Okay, when you go to zoom standard, you get a graph that looks like that. Now, we can't see the whole graph. You can kind of tell that it's going to like move back down and then come back up through the x-axis. What we really care about, though, is finding at least one spot where it crosses the x-axis. We need to use, basically what we're doing is we're using a calculator to find the 0 we need to start with, and then it's going to be just like the problems we were doing on whiteboard. So, to find that with the calculator, where do you think I go? What menu? The calc menu, which is under second and trace. And then we want to find the x-intercept, which is what selection here?
No, 0.
Go to the
Calc menu. We want the 0 feature, because we're trying to find the x-intercept. And then you hit enter. And I'll walk you through this next thing. Yeah. No, I haven't walked you through the rest of it yet. Okay, left bound for this x-intercept, it just means that you have to be somewhere below it. So if you watch the x's here, we're getting close. Okay, there's my cursor, and then it disappeared. Okay, so you find your cursor blinking, but you can tell from the graph that it's around 6. We just need to verify that it is 6 before we can use it. So if you watch your x values, you're really close to 6. There's my cursor. Left bound, you just have to be below it. So you hit enter.
How do we get it on that little line? Mine's on the hill.
How do you get
You just hit the right button until you get to the 5 point. from the graph here that you're close to 6? Like that's kind of the value you're looking for?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you're scrolling to the right and your x values are 10, 12, are you way far away from where you're trying to focus on?
Couldn't get that right.
Yeah. Like you're trying to get closer to 6. So you just need the cursor somewhere to the left of where that point looks like it is. So that's somewhere to the left. Right bound, it has to be somewhere to the right. So I'm just going to hit right a couple more times so I know I'm past that value. Hit enter again. Hit enter one more time. And I get 6 is my 0. Now technically that 5e to the negative 11, that just means it's like 5 with 11 zeros, like 0.00005. For some reason it does that sometimes instead of saying 0, which is what it should be. But this is the 0. And again, all that you're trying to do here is you're trying to find somewhere to start. Instead of me giving you somewhere to start, you find where to start. We're going to start at 6 because I know now from my graph the f of 6 is 0. So then it's basically, once you find where to start, then it becomes just like the other problems that you've done. So what do I do with that 6? What we did before, which was to do what? Put it in the synthetic division process. So you have 6. I'm not missing any terms. Okay, on your own, I want you to synthetically divide that. What should your remainder be?
0.
Your remainder should be 0 here. So I'll give you about a minute to punch that out.
Okay, I can. Wait, what did I do wrong?
Now you're doing what we're doing on the screen here. Now, if the calculator stuff threw you off a little bit, you're going to get more practice on these 4-type problems. Like we'll do it again down here for example 4. You'll do it again on another piece of paper. So, you bring down the 5. That's what you should get. Then you rewrite your depressed polynomial. As long as your depressed polynomial is a quadratic, you can keep going. Because we can solve any quadratic using the quadratic formula, and that's actually what we have to do here. So again, on your own, use the quadratic formula to solve that. I just want to see if we can set that up and do that part on our own. Right, little. Okay. That's fine, because you're coming in the first half. Okay.
Nope.
Are you wrestling with my brother?
You wanna wrestle me, really?
Yeah. Yeah, don't you move slow. What happened to your eye?
I hit it right now.
Did you get that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I took the negative out and put
You
an
took
I.
the I, or you made it an I?
No, I had to.
Okay, you should get negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 11i. You get the square root of negative 11, and then you'd have to pull that out and make it an I. All over 10.
Yeah.
Okay, that's where we're going to stop today. We'll pick up there later this week. Go ahead and put your notes away. And then I need you to... 13.